I think the main reason that physicians of all types need to be involved with this is because the biotechnology is advancing so rapidly right now that we are really theoretically, and or at least in terms of what's being produced or thought of in terms of the science of biotechnology, reaching the point where individualized and targeted therapies are probably going to be so rapidly produced that they're going to change the way medicine is being practiced totally. And our whole approach to disease is going to be based on individual approaches. And to some extent, almost every disease then is going to become like a rare disease because each person is going to be their own, have their own aspect to their disease. So, and there may not be that many others like them. So immediately, I mean, in terms of like leukemia treatment, it's now become standard practice to do the genomic profile of leukemic cells, which of course has both prognostic implications, but there may be a relatively small number of patients with acute myelocytic leukemia, for example, who have a specific genomic profile for whom a drug could be life-saving, actually even curative. Whereas, 98% of the rest of the population won't fall in. So all of these diseases that we sort of grouped into a big bag, and we call common, are going to turn out to be rarer types of diseases, or, cystic fibrosis. There are common mutations, and increasingly there are drugs now which are targeting these, but there are going to be others who don't have those mutations. And so again, the need to do clinical trials to help to be able to really look at all of the possibilities and looking at people in terms not so much as you're a patient AZ and you have diabetes. Well, at some point or other, patient AZ may be in a much smaller group of people with a specific type of diabetes, and the only way we're going to be able to extend this knowledge of genomic differences, biochemical differences to effective, intelligent treatment is to be able to do clinical trials of these drugs and be able to do them effectively in relatively small numbers of patients. So even the whole clinical trial process may need to evolve and to change in terms of how one looks at it and how one does statistical analysis, and even in terms of what is the criteria that you're going to need to approve a drug.